All right, folks, 7:51. Here's some numbers for you this morning. 44% of Americans are single. 69% of those singles are African Americans, and 900,000 of those singles live right here in South Carolina. Now, between all of the celebrity breakups, talks about relationships, and Valentine's Day right around the corner, this can be a pretty hectic time, but there's a buzz happening in the Midlands reminding those who are on the market, relax. It's okay to be single. Joining me this morning with the brains behind this buzz, Tailor and David Drew. Thank you both so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you so much for having us. It's okay. Relax.
Exactly. You know, we hear all this stuff about celebrity breakups, and just hearing those numbers about how many single people are here in South Carolina.
It's staggering.
Rolling up on Valentine's Day, I mean, give us the concept of relax. It's okay to be single.
Well, it's just that, Janet. We want singles to know that it is okay. There's so much stigma attached to being single. People will treat you like you've got leprosy or something, you know. And this time of year is especially hard, the time between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day, when there are a lot of family gatherings, a lot of parties, and of course the dreaded Valentine's Day. You know, you want to punch Cupid in the face, but we want people to know that it is okay. It all begins within. Relax, it's okay to be single is about healing, connection, and communication. And oftentimes the problem is that we don't like ourselves. You know, we've got pains of our past relationships, pains from past childhood, and unless we resolve those issues, then we're not healthy and whole to go into another relationship. So we want people to utilize this time in singledom, as I call it, to focus on you, make sure you're okay, make sure then you can communicate well with the opposite sex, because that's the other thing.
That's what I was going to say from a male's perspective here, having you here, David. Like, what's your take on this? You know,
well, actually, I think it's a great concept. Okay, and the groundswell, you know, is going to start right here in Columbia, but we're not going to limit it to Columbia. And not only, you know, it's like getting like minds together. Okay, you got people that won't go to the movie because they don't want to go by themselves. They won't go to dinner because they don't want to, you know, do it by themselves. So we're trying to bridge that gap.
That's right. And if you don't want to be with you, who else is going to want to be with you?
That's a very good point. I hear a lot of people, whenever they talk about singles, it's always about, you know, you got to learn to love yourself first.
You do.
So.
You really do, Janet. And that type of energy, it emanates. We are magnets. We attract who we are. So if we feel good about ourselves, then we will attract someone that also feels good about themselves and about you too.
Absolutely. You have a huge event coming up.
Yes, we do.
For the singles out there. Tell us about the Valentine's Gala.
We are excited to partner with my church, Brooklyn Baptist Church, and Reverend Charles Jackson has been great in supporting this effort. And it's the citywide Singles Gala. We want everyone to come out February 11th, Saturday, February 11th, from 7 until midnight at the Brooklyn Banquet and Conference Center. Now we've got live music, the Reggie Sullivan Group. Awesome group is going to be performing. Great food, fun networking games, and then we're going to have a panel discussion. Now, all of our events will intense. You've been, Janet,
you've been there.
Discussions are intense.
That's right, and we're going to just bring up all types of singles issues. That particular day, we'll talk about, are you okay being single? We'll have the panel
start
of which
the conversation off.
Start the conversation, because the only way to bridge the gap of communication is to communicate. So we're going to have a short conversation, maybe about an hour. Enjoy the food, enjoy the fun, enjoy the fellowship, and just bring everyone together. And we want people to know this is for people of all ages, all races, all genders. We want to start, as David said, the groundswell, to make people know you can relax.
It's okay to be single. Thank you so much, Trey. Thank you, David, for coming on this morning.
If
you have a moment on February 11th, definitely head out.
And check out the Facebook page.
Absolutely. If you've seen my Facebook page, you've seen some of the posts every day. Relax. It's okay to be single. Happening February 11th at the Brooklyn Baptist Banquet and Conference Center.